Assalamualaikum student, how are you all? I hope you all are fine, fit and healthy at your homes and enjoy holidays. So I warmly welcome you all in the class 7. I am Anas Azam, your class teacher. So the subject is science. First term chapters for class 7. We will cover the 7 chapters in this first term. Chapter 1 is heating and cooling. Chapter 2 is plants and their system. Chapter 3 the periodic table. Chapter 4 magnets and electromagnets. Chapter 5 fit and healthy. Chapter 6 simple chemical reactions. Chapter 7 sound and hearing. We will cover this all 7 chapters in this term. Chapter 1st heat and cooling. The contents are temperature and heat. Heat is about moving particles, transfer of heat, the vacuum flask, more about changing state. Before starting our chapter heating and cooling, we all know. First of all, I will say that look around you. Is anything moving? Can you hear, see or feel anything? Sure, this is because something is making something happen, and most probably there is some power at work. This power or ability to change things happen is what we call energy, and heat is the form of energy. So first is heating and cooling. We can also say that touch something hot and your senses immediately tell you to pull your hand away. Hotness is about the amount of heat energy an object has. When we touch hot water or hot tea mug, your senses in your finger tell you get away, your home is too hot. A spark from a firework may be very hot, but it will not hurt very much because it doesn't contain much heat energy. The spark of firework is look is mm, sorry is looking very hot, dangerous, but it is not hot because it doesn't contain much energy. However, even though a cup of tea may not be very hot, yes, it's true. A cup of tea is not looking very hot, but it can burn your tongue because a cup of tea contains heat and more heat energy than a firework, a spark of firework. So temperature and heat and temperature are not same. Yes, it's true. Temperature is a different and heat is a different. Heat is the form of energy and temperature is the another. So let's see what is temperature. Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is. Yes, temperature tells us this cup is hot or cool. When we touch a cold water bottle, the temperature tells us this is hot, also this is cold. If we touch hot water, the temperature tells us this is hot, and it is measured in degrees Celsius. Temperature is measured with a thermometer. We measure temperature in thermometer. So now see what is heat. Heat is the transfer of energy from a higher temperature object to a lower temperature object. It is measured in joules and or kilojoules. Heat is the form of energy. Heat travels from higher temperature object to a lower temperature object. For example, we have two objectives, two metals. One metal is cold, one metal is hot. So the hot metal particles will travel to cold metal particles because the metal which is hot has high temperature, high heat. You already know that solids, liquids, and gases are made up of tiny particles. Yes, we know this. Solid, liquid, and gases are made up of tiny particles. These particles are moving about all the time. Yes, they move all the time. The more energy the particles have, the more they move about. If some particle contains more energy, the particles will move fastly. The opposite is also true, the vice versa. As they lose energy, they move about less. This change in energy is what is heat. If some particle has low energy, the particles will move less. Means this is the heat. As a solid cools, heat energy is removed. When solid cools, means when solid freeze, the hot energy is removed, gone. The particles will move more and more slowly until they stop moving altogether. The particles which were moving very fast, they will be cooled down till they will not stop. The temperature at which the particles stop moving is called the absolute zero. The temperature, or we can say the point where the particles moving will be stop, that point, that condition called absolute zero. Absolute zero is the temperature at which a material has no heat energy. This temperature is minus 27 Celsius. The temperature which has no heat energy means there is no heat in the substance, in the material. This is called absolute zero. This condition called absolute zero, and the temperature is minus 27 degrees Celsius. Now heat is about moving particles. You have learned that everything is made up of particles called atoms and molecules. Yes, we know this pen, this laptop, the pencil, these chairs, tables, chalks, everything is made up of atom and molecules, which are small. We can't see through a naked eye. We can only see the compound electronic microscope. They are constantly on the move, either vibrating or moving freely. Yes, the atoms are vibrating, molecules are vibrating, moving vibratingly or freely, depends upon the nature of material. It is the motion of particles that creates form of energy called heat. The movement of particles create heat. The movement of particles is affected by temperature. Yes, absolutely. The movement of particles depends effect of temperature. If we give more temperature to a particle, material, the particles in the material will vibrate more. It depends on the temperature. Temperature is low, the particles will slowly. If we give more heat to material, the particles in the material will move fastly. The higher temperature, the faster particles move. Yes, if its temperature is high, the particles move fastly. If temperature is low, the particles will move slowly. This is known as the kinetic theory. This whole process, this whole everything is called a kinetic theory. So this is over here. So this is the end of our lecture. So if there is some confusion, some questions, so you can ask. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz. Have a nice day.